violence and severity of the quake is clear. This would be a frightening experience not soon forgotten. The forces and displacements on the structure are extreme. At points during the shaking, floors 2 and 3 are displaced by nearly a foot in both directions. The heavy upper cladding is shaken violently, but remains attached. The lower cladding tears like paper. Interior furnishings are thrown about by the violent accelerations. Those that are unrestrained are tossed about like toys, while anchored items ride out the seismic storm, jerked to and fro along with the walls and floors to which they are attached. Close inspection reveals that the building suffers irreparable damage.
I think this building in a real-world situation would be condemned. The columns, the base of the columns, the concrete is falling off, especially the 2 columns on the east. There is a beam at the top of the first story where there is a full plastic hinge formation with a lot of concrete that detached. You see these blocks of concrete here. We can see the rebars. They are naked now. At different floors, you can see the formation of the punching failure mechanism of the slab around the column, not far from really collapsing. From the 3rd floor to the 4th floor, the stairs are detached. They are hanging. There are a lot of gypsum board, huge gypsum board that detached, that fell off. At every floor, the frame of the elevator door has been seriously damaged. The doors are locked, in an oblique fashion.
But the building has done its duty. It bent and cracked, but did not collapse.
It satisfied the design objective. The structural system should still stand, even though maybe close to collapse, but still stand. It resisted, so it's a success.
In the weeks prior to conducting these ultimately damaging tests, the team had tested the building on seismic isolators in order to directly compare the effects of seismic isolation on the performance of non-structural elements. These huge rubber pads, each weighing over half a ton, support the building on 4 points, one at each corner of the structure, isolating the building from the earth and its motions. In a test using a record from the magnitude 8 Ica, Peru earthquake of 2007, the effect of base isolation becomes obvious. As the table displaces, the isolators provide elastic joints between the earth and the structure, dramatically attenuating the accelerations that are transmitted to the building. The contrast with the motions in the other tests is clear. With isolators, the building slides back and forth smoothly and easily. While objects and fixtures shift, the violent displacements and the destruction they wrought upon the building in the fixed foundation tests do not occur.
90% or so of the displacement that actually was imparted on the building was absorbed by the isolator. And so the result is relatively minimal impact on the contents and the non-structural elements in the building. The hospital could remain functioning. The patients would be saved. The equipment, critical support equipment, would remain functioning. The electrical system in this building remained functioning. So life support equipment for patients would remain functioning. That's essential. The elevator remained functioning. The stairs were completely intact. So paths of egress through the building remained functional. So that's a success.
While objects and fixtures shift, the violent displacements and the destruction they wrought upon the building in the fixed foundation tests do not occur.
90% or so of the displacement. And so the result is relatively minimal impact on the contents and the non-structural elements in the building.